I'm delighted to be in Stockholm to talk about the big opportunities of the mobile internet, the new ways you can understand what consumers want, the way social and mobile are mixing together, and a few tricks that we've learned on how to test what the market wants at very little cost. That's where I'm spending my money. So the internet is like electricity now. It's not something we go on to, it's something that's all around. So the mobile, the Wi-Fi, internet, the term you're hearing increasingly is the Hypernet. So why wouldn't you succeed if you're making it easier for people to spend money wherever they are? I think there's no limits if you're a creative entrepreneur. The idea that furniture can be sold, the idea that people will buy shoes. But look at Zappos, which sold to Amazon for getting on for $1 billion. I think it's about providing customer service, providing real-time data about what's available, and providing a simple, seamless experience. I was talking to the head of a British e-commerce company, Net-a-Porter, on Thursday in New York, and she was saying that this year 20% of their sales are through mobile devices, increasingly the tablet, mostly the iPad. Next year she sees it going up to about 50%, and she sees the desktop pretty much dying by 2020. So, if it's convenient, we'll pretty much buy anything. You'll do the real comparison shopping maybe in the street. Maybe you'll go and look at that Ferrari or that handbag, but you're a savvy consumer now. You'll do the price comparisons. What's going to sell better? See, this room is the experts on products that can find a market. As a consumer, I can see myself not being limited. I think the next revolutions, though, beyond e-commerce that we'll be paying for education online. We'll be paying for new types of healthcare through digital devices that are connected online. So we want to simplify our lives, and we want services as well as products wherever we are. And it just creates an open door for a smart entrepreneur. Books are still selling pretty well. The e-readers are getting better, and again, it's the simple journey so that the consumer will just click once or twice to get the content they want. The music industry's again going through another transition. So the success of Spotify, nice local boy, Daniel Ek, has trained people to pay the freemium price, to pay beyond what you could get for free, for having it on your mobile device wherever you are, for getting rid of the advertisements. So I think the question is now, does the consumer necessarily need to own something, or will they just pay for access? And I think there's growing evidence that, especially younger consumers, they don't need the car. They'll pay to belong to a car-sharing scheme. They don't need to own the album. They'll pay to stream. They don't need the DVD. They'll pay to get access to that library. And it makes sense. This is buzzing, this place. And I'm quite excited by the entrepreneurial talent that's coming out of Stockholm. In Wired last summer, we did an extensive survey of the hottest places for startup entrepreneurs in Europe, and Stockholm was up there with Berlin as a place that's got a spirit. It's got a cluster of entrepreneurs and investors and mentors, which attracts talent from other places. And I think I feel a bit of that energy in this room, actually. There's people that want to go and build things. In my business, which is publishing magazines, our mantra is, what can we do that adds value to the internet? So, we tell beautifully designed stories, we tell long stories that you can't do online, but we also are about bringing a network together. So we have breakfast events, we have a 2-day conference in October which has a high ticket price, because I think you have to do what you can't do online, and we're people, and we have that eye contact where you feel a warmth for somebody you can trust, you shake a hand. That's where the big deals happen. That's why diplomacy happens in, little rooms in the middle of Beirut or, Jerusalem. It's all about the personal dynamics. And I actually think old media is suffering, as in people are buying fewer newspapers, but the value of a curated product which expresses values that appeals widely can be quite effectively monetized now in finding ways to get the people in that network together, because that's what we're all hungry for the personal growth you get when you're inspired by somebody on stage, for the serendipity, who are you going to meet, and for the business connections and also education you get from talking to people. So I think don't give up on real life yet.